Well, Brian, it's been a minute since we've had a full-size truck four-wheel drive fail that. I'm trying to think the last one it was, and I can't even off the top of my head think of what it was.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Welcome back to the Texas Truck Channel. As you can see from the thumbnail, this is possibly the truck to get for all you Toyota boys out there. Brian, they just kept it simple, and let's just see if it works on the hill, though.
We're gonna find out. Look, our boy Andre at TFL just bought one for himself. He sold his Colorado and bought a TRD Pro version of this truck. And look, everyone swears this is one to get. Oh, the V6 is unreliable. Toyota's lost their way. Look, man, they've done a complete sweep of everything they make right now with a new motor. They got some hiccups. That's how it is. But this will not have that issue because it's tried and true, and it was born in the Stone Ages, and it's still here. This motor came out in 07, wasn't it? Golly, it's a while back. But nonetheless, at the time, Ford had the 5.4 3-valve motor, which had some issues. And the GM had the 5.3 push rod. And then the Ram had the Hemi 5.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what Toyota said? They said, you know what, guys, we need a 5.7 too. So they've made one. That's what this is. And let's just get to it. I think that's important to cover in this video because that's kind of the big deal.
This is why people want these.
Hey, I just pulled that hood latch. I think it's never been pulled before. That's how reliable these things are.
Okay.
So let's open this thing up. Now, I will say this era of truck is not without its, plasticiness, but that's durable at the end of the day. 5.7 liter I-Force, good for 381 horsepower, 401 foot-pounds of torque, quad cam V8. It's a 3UR V8, which is for the trucks. And this thing with a TRD supercharger back in the day made a laughing stock of the Ford Lightning that we all loved from Fast and Furious. This is nothing to sleep on. That being said, everyone surpassed it now. So it's just a crown jewel of its era. In 2020, which this truck is, it was just in the mix. It wasn't leading anything anymore, but it's still a legend. It's paired to a 6-speed transmission from Ison with a 2-speed transfer case, and everything just works. Now, I do want to talk about dimensions, Craig. Like I said in our other review of this truck, it's huge in all of the wrong places, I think. For one example, this grille is so massively wide, you could park a truck inside of it. It's one of those things. It's just a really wide, broad truck. Oh, and again, before we get too far, this truck is from our boys at SHOTTENKIRK. Charles Brockman's your guy. If you're interested in anything in Granbury or in the DFW area, hit him up. They've got a ton of inventory, not even just here. They've got other dealers they can pull stuff from. They were nice enough to give us this truck because Toyota doesn't have any more of these. So they were very kind to loan it to us. Now, this is the SR5 trim, Craig. So everything's blacked out, which I kind of like that. That looks really good. It matches the flat black door handles. Now all of a sudden look like they belong because that's blacked out and it's not chrome. The wheels are blacked out, they're not chrome. Let's talk about the wheels themselves. It's just called an all-terrain. That's what it's called. Okay, so 275 55 R20 on the factory TRD looking wheels. It does have the dual A-arm suspension up here with a coilover in the front. It's, tried and true, and it actually rides really good on the road. I'm curious how it's going to flex out here or not. Approach angle is 26 degrees, which is pretty dang good. Now, unfortunately, Toyota did not publish a breakover angle for this truck, at least in this trim. So we don't really know what that is, but I can tell you right now, it's probably in the mix of a lot of stuff, but that step looks low, so we're going to have to watch that step for sure. Out back, we do not have a 5-link coil suspension in the rear. Tried and true, ox cart style. It's not a monoleaf, it's a dual leaf, leaf spring rear. But let me tell you, dude, that diff is like a 10-inch diff. It's like a Ford 9-inch knockoff with a third member in the front. So it's very durable. I've never heard of one breaking. The downside is you cannot get a locker on this truck, even in TRD Pro. What? That seems bananas to me. But nonetheless, that is what it is. They do have some off-road traction controls. I just don't think this truck has it, so we'll find out here in just a minute. Coming up back, what's departure, Craig? 19?
16.
16. That's not great.
I think it's because that hitch, it's pretty low.
That makes it what it is. But the good news is, Craig, this will actually end up being, if you're coming off an obstacle, as we do all the time off-roading, this is out past the bumper, and it's going to protect all of the bumper.
Yeah, it's okay to drag that.
I'm okay with that. That's not a problem. I actually like that. I prefer that. That's like a departure skid plate, basically. Right. Let's check out the inside, see what we got.
All right, we're going to get to the inside because on this hill, it's actually a little more rutted out than it used to be. It's a little harder obstacle than when we originally started this obstacle. Brian, most importantly is you got airflow.
Oh yeah, back window's open, baby. I love that.
Love that.
I will say,
not a lot of goodies here, but yeah, talk us through it.
First of all, huge props to Toyota for doing that. No one else has caught on yet. I know it's a patent thing, but bravo. So let's show them the driving modes that we have, and that is, there's none.
Well, there's two. There's three. Normal?
Not drive modes.
Oh, okay, well.
So you have traction on and off.
Mm-hmm.
You have sport in the transmission.
And tow haul mode.
Oh, you have tow haul mode, which none of which will really help us on the hill. And also, as far as cameras go, this is of the era where Toyota was joking about cameras. They didn't really mean to put cameras in here. So Fisher-Price had that covered.
They should just have a picture of Toyota laughing at you when you do that.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. So anyways, luckily none of that's a problem anymore, and this is not a new truck. Keep that in mind. The new one interior is incredible. We do have 4 low and 4 high in two-wheel drive, no diff lock. Let's go.
Okay, there's not a whole lot to choose from here, so we're just gonna go 4 high, see what happens, and that's that. We should be fine on the approach angle of 26 degrees. That shouldn't be an issue, although we'll still be careful. And then we got to watch those side steps, but let's see what happens.
A lot of torque. All right, how the steps looking?
You just go slow. I'll let you know.
So, we on it?
Yep.
Okay, let's try a different angle then. Hang on. Okay, so Craig, that was the side step that caught?
Yep.
Dang it. Okay, so we're going to use the B line, which is the left side of this lane. Luckily, the truck's so wide, we're kind of in it already. So I'm just going to move it over a little bit and see how that goes. A lot of approach angle, though.
Approach angle, great. And the steps, wouldn't the step, you'd be over this thing already.
And lots of torque. I am going to go to 4 low, just to have a little more brake modulation.
Impressive that there was no slippage, although you could tell it trying to find traction a little bit.
Oh, no, traction came on.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it cut throttle, but not enough that it stopped momentum. It just started trying to do something with it. So
that was interesting.
It worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 low.
4 low.
So we're going to cheat it over this way a little bit. Hopefully we can get this tire up and help lift this side step over without ripping it off.
The better or worse?
No, worse.
Okay.
Maybe you come this way?
Okay. Explain that.
Slow, slow. Good. You're on it now. You're good. All right, so the issue we're having here is we just can't get that side step over this ledge without ripping it off. So we're gonna bring it over to this side a little bit more. Maybe we can do the same thing if we can kind of come this way, and then maybe this step won't be as steep and as aggressive, and maybe we'll be okay. If we can get the traction. There he goes, I figured it out. Now we got another step. Make sure we don't dig too much. There you go, there you go. All right, keep coming. Keep coming. No, well,
No.
Oh, keep going. No.
No. Well, Craig,
And it's a fail.
time for the bypass.
Okay.
Is it gonna make this?
You got it. Well, Brian, it's been a minute since we've had a full-size truck, four-wheel drive fail that. I'm trying to think the last one it was, and I can't even off the top of my head think about what it was.
I don't think it's ever happened.
There might have been
Oh.
a Tundra with the too low of a nose.
No, that was Sequoia.
That was a Sequoia.
Frontier did that's midsize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's two-wheel drive too.
Anyways, the problem is these side steps. These are atrocious. This truck's not even that tall, which is one of the reasons it doesn't work.
Okay, hold on.
Why do you need those?
Can I go back to my previous rant? It's huge in all the wrong places. Look how big that step is.
Yeah,
Look how low
that's
it
a
is.
dumb step.
Yeah.
So
anyways,
that's the only reason it failed. Otherwise, it would have made it.
absolutely. And I do want to comment on some of the off-road stuff. I know we're being a little harsh. There is no ATS or MTS in here.
You don't need
That traction control system worked like my Land Rover.
Yes.
It took 2 seconds. It goes, I got this, and walked right up.
That actually was pretty impressive.
Very
When you were
good.
trying to do that second bypass.
Yeah,
That's actually a really hard test for traction control systems.
it really is.
And we really crossed it up.
We do that
And
on purpose.
I thought no longer. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a problem here. The tires are not going to grab. And it figured it out.
No walker doesn't matter. It doesn't need it.
So it would have made it.
On our
Just
hill.
failed by the step bars. So
That is a big bummer.
Yeah.
Also, it's not a press vehicle. We're not going to really, we can't do that with a dealer car. We just won't ever do that.
And if it was our vehicle, we would have just taken the step bars off and gone over it. No problem.
No question about it. All that being covered, Craig, the nostalgia is real.
Yeah, no, it is nice.
Yeah, it is.
I do like all that.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Which generation Tundra is your favorite? Do you like the previous one before this?
I don't know.
That one's kind of the right size.
It kind of is. Also, approaching was amazing. Breakover might not be so much. Part of what was going on here.
Probably
so.
why we didn't get a number on it.
Yeah.
With that, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And for 99 cents, you can get this video a little earlier so you can just romanticize all the nostalgia of the old Tundra.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.